Okay, over the next 8 days or so, I want to go through 8 moves in a series called FANGSONG GONG. Fang means to make, Song means relax, and Gong means, well, this is an exercise routine. So it's a make relax exercise routine. And these exercises are meant to help the chi move through the body and literally just to relax. So it's not a series where you strain, it's a series where you really let yourself just relax. And we're going to start with the first move today. This is actually a move that we do in several of the different Qigong series to clear the body from old chi. So it's kind of like out with the bad air, in with the good air. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to charge the 3 major dantians. This, I'll put my signal on here. This is the dantian right below the navel. But it's not the only dantian you've got. The dantians and the chakras are very closely related, but there is a difference between them. The chakras are considered to be doorways to other dimensions of your being. The dantians are considered to be storehouses of energy. Now, actually, those are sort of 2 sides to the same coin. It just kind of depends a little on what you're focusing on. So I see Genevieve has her orange X on, excellent, right? So, of course, everything in Tai Chi and Qigong starts from the dantian and returns to the dantian. It's a cycle. So the first exercise we're going to do is just to cleanse the body. Normally, when you're bringing energy into the body, you bring it into the body somewhere, maybe from heaven above is yang energy, from earth below is yin energy. You bring it in and you bring it to the dantian. Not in this exercise. In this exercise, we're going to gather yang qi from heaven and just wash it through the body and let it pick up any discomfort or tension and just wash it out the bottom of the feet. So breathe in, bring the energy into the top of the head, the crown chakra, and wash it through the body. Breathe out, breathe in again, and then breathe out. Feel the energy go down your legs and out the bottom of your feet. And we're going to do that 7 times. So this is a little teaching section, not just a practice section, so I'll have to talk. One thing you can practice in this series is your breathing technique. Masters Zhang, my teacher, and Grandmaster Feng would always say the same thing about breathing. Just breathe naturally. However, if you stayed with their classes long enough and did private lessons, they would teach you the real breathing technique. The reason they said breathe naturally is you don't want an artificial breathing technique getting in the way of your chi flow and your mind and just the comfort of your body. That's more important. But this particular series of exercises and the Hunyan series are very slow and relaxed. So practicing the breathing technique can come very naturally to these two series. If you practice it in these two series and just get used to it, because it's a very natural breathing technique, it's just a little different than we normally breathe, then you can carry it over into silk reeling and into the Tai Chi forms. It's a very powerful form of breathing. It's actually a more natural form of breathing than what we actually do as adults now. So one of the names for this is baby breathing. You breathe like a baby breathes. Basically, what you are doing is engaging not just the thoracic diaphragm to cause your breathing, you're also engaging the pelvic diaphragm. When you breathe in, the thoracic diaphragm lowers, and that creates a little vacuum, and that draws air into your lungs. But unfortunately, we forget about the lower diaphragm. When you do baby breathing, you engage both diaphragms. So not only does this one come down a little bit, this one comes up. Master Zhang used to say, you just very, very lightly lift your anus. The anus is actually a huge ring of muscles. It's, after all, holding your entire structure of your body here between your pelvic bones. It's very, very strong. And when you don't engage that, you don't breathe as deeply as perhaps you might or you should. So instead of just going like this, you're actually going like this. And that's when you breathe in. This is a little strange when you think about it, because what you're actually doing is compressing inside. You would think, well, I'm breathing in, air's coming in, I need to expand inside. But actually that's not true. What you're really doing is compressing, and that's what opens the lungs. So that compression causes the lungs to expand. That's how it works. However, make sure when you do this, you do it very gently. It's almost more something in your mind than it is, you're not forcing anything. It's just a very gentle awareness of the thoracic diaphragm coming down and the pelvic diaphragm coming up. All right? So, when you breathe in, you compress. When you breathe out, you relax. Breathe in, compress. Breathe out, relax. Compress, relax. Compress, relax. Now, there are many advantages to that form of breathing. That's called, in India, it's called reverse yogic breathing. So it's a breathing technique they use in yoga. It's also used, obviously, in Taoism too. It has a lot of benefits, but one of the best benefits is it really helps the body relax. If you want to really relax your fists, try this. Take two fists, ball them up, squeeze hard, count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Now, I don't know about you, but I can feel a kind of relaxation happening that I don't get, sort of, you know. If you want to expand, you need to start by contracting. If you want to relax, you need to start by creating a little tension. Now, we're not as in this. It's very gentle. But then relax and breathe in and relax and breathe in and relax. If you do that through a 30 or 40-minute routine, by the time you're done, at least if you're like me, you will be much more relaxed than you were before. So in a way, the movements are important, but the breathing is in some ways even more important. However, don't distort your movement to match it to your breathing, and don't regulate your breathing to match it to your movement, which means you need to figure out what's a natural pattern for you, because it's different for every person, that's going to work. So for this exercise, for me, it's very simple. It's 2 counts. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Back to the Danshin, and then you're just kind of in neutral, and then breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, back to the Danshin, and in neutral again as you go through the cycle. That pattern works for me. I don't even think about it. It just happens very naturally. You could try that pattern. Whatever pattern you end with should be completely comfortable. Don't feel like you're losing your breath or you're breathing too hard. It should just feel very, very natural when you do this. All right. Okay, guys. Let's meet again tomorrow. We'll go on and finish this move. That was just the first half of this move. You guys have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.